Hi, welcome, and again, I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for hitting the play button and joining me for the next few minutes. Hi, my name is Bill Reinicke. I'm with MLM Science here on YouTube, and I want to share with you today the MLM success rate in the USA. And I want to share with you on how that is an opportunity or how it presents an opportunity for you. So I'm going to share some numbers with you today. I'm going to take you to my computer screen here and share some numbers with you. But what I really want to share with you is not the numbers so much as I want to share how that presents itself as an opportunity. It might be shocking to you that, or maybe not, that 99% of the people who get involved in network marketing or multi-level marketing do not make it, and it costs them money. And so, like any business, the network marketing, MLM marketing is a real business, and it's no less of a business than any other business out there. And so to go into business, it's going to cost you money. And so, I can't think of a better way to have a return on investment of time and money over, and with any investment, there's risk, okay? So you need to assume that and be aware that there's going to be risk. But we want to put the risk limit the risk and put things in our favor. Okay, so I think the reason a lot of those people, don't do it is because you can read the articles, and they all basically say the same thing: is they're told to buy the products, and you should be using the products. And I use the products in my MLM company all the time, every day. I believe in them, and that's one reason that really kind of brought me back. This is my second time with this company. I love the products. The first time I got in, I got kind of scammed, I guess. I got a lot of false promises, and there's the problem. I will tell you, don't ever do that with anybody you ever talk to about your business. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. But if you're honest and they make that choice, then it's an informed choice. And so I would much rather you get in business with me somewhere down the line, and and I'm going to be honest with you, and it takes some sweat. So, but the payoff is worth it. I feel that's a determination you need to make. But and I digress a little bit there. But 99% of the people don't make it, and so that is actually that's a benefit. We can definitely use that in our favor. There's a lot of people out there that are doing this business all wrong. I think we can definitely capitalize on that, and I will share that with you as well. Let's not waste any more time, and let's jump over to my computer screen, and I'll see you there. All right, we're at my desktop now, and I made a little presentation PowerPoint just to kind of walk us through some talking points in this part. But we really want to talk about the MLM success rate in the USA, and we're going to talk about the challenges that we face in the MLM business. And I think that the challenges we face are the same things that shape the way people think about the MLM industry or the network marketing industry. And I don't only want to look at the challenges and the success rate, but what I want to do more than that is I want to identify and really focus on the huge opportunity that we have in this industry with these challenges that we face. So as we look at these, there's a lot of reasons for failure, and we're going to look at those and why people fail or don't make it. But one of the reasons that really stands out to me is that people make it in very challenging industries all the time, and their stick-to-itiveness, their tenacity, their desire to succeed is probably, and it's probably safe to say, probably greater than the average person that gets into the MLM industry. And I don't want to, that's not the MLM industry's fault. I think it's a lot to do with how we communicate with people and the expectations that we set up in that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And so what I did is I did a search on the first page of Google. Actually, I did a lot more than that, but when I did a search on the first page of Google, I came up with this website. And the website or the blog post I'm referencing in this video is down below this video. You can go and read the full article. And this is a quote from this page, and so it actually came out in bullet points. But it asks, the header says, what are the MLM success rates and dropout rates? According to Taylor's research, this was a person that did the research. In the first year of operation, a minimum of 50% of representatives drop out, a minimum. So that's kind of, in line with, people that start a business. But it says here that after 5 years of operation, a minimum 90% of the representatives have left the company. And by year 10, only those at or near the top have not dropped out, making it safe to say at least 95% of representatives have dropped out. So, there is a huge dropout rate. People, don't make it for whatever reason, but I really think that it starts with that idea that it's going to be easier than it is. Taylor contrasts these statistics with the failure rates of traditional small businesses using the Small Business Administration statistics for 2008 that found that 44% of small businesses survive at least 4 years and 31% of least 7 years, and 39% of those businesses are profitable over the life of a small business, and only 64% of small businesses fail in 10 years. So there's about a 30% higher failure rate with MLM in the MLM industry, and because of this, he goes on to cite that for that reason there is no startup cost, no small business administration loans available. So and this is the website down here, thebalancesmb.com. And so again, I encourage you to go read the whole thing, but I'm gonna reference this, and what I want to do though is I want to really just kind of address this part, the success rate in the USA. So the most common reasons for failure, I've listed those here, and I've done this, come up with these reasons, not because I want to, waller in the negativity, but I want to definitely know what the challenges are out there. And I think that's important if you're going to build any businesses, that you know what challenges that you're going to face. So, the MLM industry doesn't really make full use of technology. You get a duplicatable website, it's not friendly. Terms of service often restrict you being able to drive traffic straight to that website. The MLM industry, or the most companies out there, are too restrictive and don't allow you to promote on social media, and or really promote in any other kind of venue. And not only that, but the MLM industry is not really welcome just to be out there putting out the MLM products and those sorts of things. It relies heavily on social networks. The MLM industry, or network marketing industry, relies heavily on social networks and the warm market. So they really encourage you to go out and hit up your friends, family, and those you work with. And I've been in a number of different MLMs, and when I started this one, I wanted to really do things differently, so I really was very selective about who I got in business with. And would you believe that this very successful person wanted me to do that very same thing? And and I just told them I wasn't going to do it. And when I told them that, and they were certain that they weren't going to change my mind, they left me alone. So I've been here for about the last year and a half at my own devices, trying to figure out a way to get around that. So I don't mean to digress, but that's what the industry really relies on. And so with that, relationships are hurt. People become targets, and people will go out, and I've seen this, and they'll begin to target family and friends, and they see those 1 or 2 people coming in that are going to get them rich. And so it's not a healthy thing. So that has given the industry a black eye. People get sold on hype and a false hope, and so I find that what has happened a lot of times, and people that I run into, is that they have this hope of a better life, a better lifestyle, which is really the dream of anybody that has their own business. However, it's not a push button success, and so there's false hope, and there's a lot of hype. I don't have anything against workshops and conventions. I've been to a lot of those in the internet marketing field and business, and I've been to a lot, and different businesses and I've been in, and people like to get together, but it's got to go beyond that in this industry, and I really believe that's one of my personal convictions. That is that events and books aren't enough anymore. People are led to believe something other than the truth, and so kind of like the riches in retirement are automatic. If you do A, B, and C, then this is what you can have happen, and then people wake up and they realize that they've been sold a bill of goods that wasn't what they signed up for, and so they become hopeless and disappointed, and so they drop out. And so I think that really is indicative of the dropout rate that we just read about. There's really no duplicatable support and training. And so, when I started this time around in MLM, and the only reason I'm here is I love my company that I'm with. I love the products. I was in it before, and I kind of the same thing, got disappointed, dropped out. But I was on a search to find something comparable to the same product in the market, in the stores, and I really couldn't. So that's why I've been around. I use the product every day that I work and I support the company. It's just the marketing piece out on the street we need to work on and do something about. So there's no duplicatable support and training, and I'll tell you another story. One of the people in my upline started a weekly call, and I was on that call, and it was very helpful, listening to what other people were doing, and and then that lasted about 4 weeks, and then it just quit happening, and the leadership fell off. And so I think, I really believe had that been carried on, I know that people could have learned more. There would have been coaching and opportunities, and so that and that would have been duplicatable. And then there's no ongoing training, really. About how to reach out to people. It's just kind of go out in the community and just show the plan, whatever that is. And so and that's resorted to a lot of people just getting on social media, showing off their products, whatever they are, makeup, sports drinks, you name it, and they're kind of showing it off, and in the gym or whatever, and so that's not really duplicatable. So that's really not a piece that's out there, and they talk about duplication all the time when you're in these companies. There's no real way of getting leads and talking to people that are interested, and so once you've run out of your warm market and your friends, and they've all alienated you, there's no one to talk to, and so people in general, maybe that might be you, are just kind of at a loss on where to go and how to reach out to people and how to find those people that are interested. Now, one thing I read and was very encouraging is that the internet or multi-level marketing industry is growing, meaning more and more people are getting involved. So, while you read these kind of statistics, but you see it growing on the other end, what that says to me is that, people see the viability, and so with so many people that are going to be getting involved, I really think that everybody's in a really good position to take advantage of that. And so another interesting statistic I read, or not statistic, but was that top earners in companies, and I don't remember what the numbers were, but have been in the business 1 to 5 years. So the old myth that you have to get in on the ground floor, or you had to get in 20 years ago, is not true, and that's due to the pay structures that are out there. And that's I sorry again to digress. That's another training, but so there's no real way of getting leads, no way of teaching, and that's kind of what I've been doing for the last year and a half, is reverse engineering, looking at what other people are doing. And so that's what I'm in the process of doing, is developing something to address all these challenges. And then there's no realistic business plan for the average busy worker, working American. So you have people out there that are working 40 to 60 hours. They've got a family, they've got spouses, they drive long out a lot of miles to and from work. They're got kids, they're busy. So while that maybe having something different or having a side hustle, quote unquote, on the side, is something they think about, is really, how do you work with somebody that's got all that going on? And then I've kind of redundant here, but no ongoing training. So training has got to be ongoing, and so part of the network marketing business industry, or your MLM business, is personal growth, and so we get that through training. And just having somebody tell you to read a book or something like that is not what I'm talking about. So you've got to have that coaching and being challenged and mentored and those sorts of things. So those are the main things that I see as problems that I've identified by all the hate blogs and the hate posts I've read, and there's a lot of them out there. And so I don't take offense to that stuff, and you got to understand that people writing those blogs are people that have been hurt and they've been burned, and so I mean they're not telling a story. I mean, they're definitely telling their experience, but if you read them, there's definitely a theme in there, and these are the most prevalent and outstanding themes that I see. Now, I want to ask you a question here. There's 2 glasses of water, and they're the same, or are they? What's the difference there? Okay, take a look at those and ask yourself, what's the difference? And you might be thinking, oh, this question's loaded, the old question of, is the glass half full or half empty is a type of loaded question. But in terms of what we just read and talked about on these last few pages, what do you see there? Well, here's the way I'd like to break it down, and that is that the one on the left is half empty, where you're seeing the problems and not seeing beyond them. And then the other one is half full, because seeing the problems is opportunities. So when we see problems in any, in entrepreneurship, you're always faced with challenges and problems. I mean, whether you're in the MLM business or internet marketing business, or if you're, got a brick and mortar business, I mean, that's part of the business. And so, and seeing a glass half full is not, Pollyanna, or it's not, just being positive and having a positive outlook, but it's really seeing the problems as opportunities, and being able to work with those challenges and come up with solutions. So in doing that, I want to look at the things that we talked about where there's not a use of technology, and so I'm going to talk about some of the things that we can do to address that. And so when it comes to technology, use it. And the technology's there. There's nothing that says we can't use it. Terms of service, or that in a lot of MLM companies would say that they don't want you running traffic to their website, or that they don't want you selling products online, and so people think, well, I can't use technology, but absolutely. Don't sell. What they're saying is, don't sell our products online and just kind of be out there, trying to sell like a door-to-door salesman, but use technology in a way that helps and it is beneficial. Again, these are all things that I have done to address these challenges that we face. People see that that the MLM companies are too restrictive. They don't allow sales on social media, which I just talked about sort of in the first one. But that's and that's okay. Don't sell it. There's things that you can sell on social media that you can put in front of your network marketing company or your MLM company. So really, I would just say, don't be giving them free advertising. Why don't instead be marketing yourself and branding yourself? And so create a product and put it on the front end, and when you bring people through that, then you have them on a mailing list, and then you can take them over and you can share your opportunity with them. And so I have an information product training. It's really unplugged. It shows you how to create an information product in any niche, not just the MLM industry. It's at epicinfopro.com, and you can go there and check that out. And so, but anyway, that's if in case people are wondering, what kind of product do I make? That's one way you can approach that. It relies heavily on social networks and the warm market. Get out and find people who are interested. But that's the problem there, So how do you get out? Where do you go? I can remember I was in a company about 20 years ago, been in and out of MLM for many years, And I had an organization, and the way they taught us back then, and I didn't know any different, and we didn't really have the internet like we do today, was just to go out on the street and just kind of go around and dream build, they called it. And so the idea was, if you go out and you're looking at $500,000 RVs, dream build there, and then you pitch the salesman. And so it never worked, and it was always left the day kind of discouraged. But there are ways to get out and find people that are interested. And so, and I'm going to touch on that here in just a minute. Again, where the people get sold on hype and false hope, I'm just going to say to you, don't fall for that. And people, you want to find people to be in business with that are upfront and genuine. So if somebody's trying to sell you on, hype and lots of promises, I would just tell you, put on your running shoes and run. And then people are led to believe something other than the truth. And so, like I said, riches and retirement are automatic. Kind of goes with what I talked about up, just above there. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And then, no duplicatable support. That's what I'm going to provide for my team as I'm growing this process that I'm working on. I'm working, on a lot of bugs and bringing a lot of things together and debugging things, but I'm going to provide ongoing coaching. And if you're in, on my team, and you don't even have to be personally sponsored by me, but if you're in the, sponsored by somebody, and you're on the team, we're going to have weekly coaching. And so that's, and I'm not going to charge for that. And I would, I think that's just wrong. I'm a social worker by trade, and you when I graduate and you get your license, then you have to go for additional training by a higher level licensed social worker, and they charge for that. And I think that's criminal. I mean, when I provide any kind of support to my industry, I don't want to charge. It's my way of giving back to it. And then there's no real way of getting leads and talking to people that are interested. And that's why I'm developing an automated system and training at MLMscience.com. So go there and check that out if you're interested. And this is, I'm not here to pitch the business or the company I'm in. I'm really here just to help people. There's a number of people out there that are kind of with the same strong belief that I have of just helping the industry. So you can go there and you can check out, I've got a free training there that will be sent to you in your email over a 5-day period, so go check that out if you're interested. So, but the automated system is what we need. And so instead of going out and talking to 1,200 people so that 300 people sign up, and and then on and on and on, and so after all of that, you ended up with 11 people that are really serious. That with technology and the automated system that I'm referring to, you only end up talking to people that are interested, and then you're making a determination of whether or not they're a fit for your business, and so it kind of changes the whole playing field. No realistic business plan for the average busy person, a working person. It's another place where you can listen to those challenges and provide solutions. So if somebody tells you they're busy, and and I'm a busy working person, and so I'm kind of on a hiatus right now, but nonetheless, I could give you all the things that I find as a challenge, but listening to people out there and listening to their challenges, and so it helps you to identify who your ideal customer is, and it also helps you to come up with solutions to their challenges. So it helps provide value. And then the training piece. I'm going to share and provide training on everything that I'm developing, and people that come in with me and partner with me in the company and that I sponsor. Everything that I've learned, I'm going to give it to them and help them duplicate it. I'm not just going to hand them a box and ask them to open it and put it together. I want to be there to coach them and help them, and at the same time I want to learn from them, because people will always figure things out, and people are always discovering things. So you have that synergy working for you, which is a power that's greater than the sum. So I really I'm creating a learning environment so that people that I'm associated with in my downline can all be successful if they choose to be. So all this really provides a world of opportunity. And so, we can look at all the problems and see the world as a kind of a dismal place, or we can look at the problems and see a world of opportunity. And so that's where I would really encourage you to look today, as you're thinking about, or maybe you're in an MLM company and you're seeing all these challenges. And people that have been hurt, I'm not minimizing that. People see MLM as a scam. So instead of arguing with them that I don't agree, I want to look at, why do they feel that way? And then I may not win them over, but I can definitely approach those challenges and problems that they face that makes them feel that way. I think the outlook that people have is not the industry's fault, it's the marketing team, the people on the street have done that. And so, I want to take, my part of that responsibility and do what I can to provide opportunity and solutions. So to see the glass half full is to see an opportunity and provide those solutions to the problems and challenges people face. And so, whether it's in this situation, I want to encourage you as an entrepreneur and as a marketer to always see the glass half full. And sometimes we come into challenges and problems and those kinds of things and we think, oh my goodness. But if we take that step back and we look at it like, here's an opportunity to provide a solution. And then a lot of times those solutions can be a product in their own right. So I just want to leave you with this one last paragraph, it's in that same blog post, and it says, to be clear, MLM is a viable home-based business opportunity. Anyone interested in selling a product to generate income has the ability to achieve success. With that said, it is crucial to research and investigate the company and products thoroughly to make sure that it's not a scam, and also that it's a product and a system you feel you can promote. So, the company I'm involved with has been around for a number of years. It's not the oldest by any stretch of the imagination, but they have been around, I want to say about maybe 13 years, and have created a lot of millionaires and have a tremendous support system. They're very generous when it comes to paying out on the products that are sold. And and the products are great in my opinion, and I love using them every day. And so those are the things that you want to look for. And so don't get caught up on the hype. And I will tell you that being in the MLM business, or having your own business as an independent business owner, is a lot of work, and you've got to be dedicated, and you can't give up, because you've got to be a problem solver. So that's all I have for you, and I hope that was helpful, and I hope that it provoked some thought. And as we looked at the success rate of the MLM industry in the USA, I think that with this we can see how we can get a return on investment when we start to automate our process, and we get more and more people in front of us that are interested in what we have to talk about and what we have to say as far as the industry. So they're people that are like-minded in that they see the opportunity. And I think that if we just leave our friends and family as friends and family, and really work on maintaining those relationships, and that we're much better off. We don't need to spend our time trying to convince somebody, and just it'd be great if you made a lot of money and you were able to help out your friends and family. And then again, don't put false hope and promises out there, and again, don't fall for those. And just kind of think about those things. And if you found this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you can get notified every time I put up a video. And if you have any questions or any comments, please write those down below, or go to MLMscience.com. And that's all for now. Talk to you later.